All right, everybody. Welcome to webinar number 3 of Team Fi. So Webinar Wednesday, where we meet every Wednesday and we go through a slice of content that we put out that week that's going to help your team fundraise better. And then we're going to walk through, after we go through the content, we're going to walk through a short demo of how to use our product. And after those two pieces of the agenda, we'll pause, wait for any questions from the group, and bounce out of here. Short, little sweet, 30, 40-minute slice of goodness at the end of your day every Wednesday night. Yeah, let's jump in. So, first thing, like always, who are we? Let's jump in. My name's Kanon Dean, and I'm joined here by my brother and co-founder, Zeth Dean. We have very similar backgrounds, guys. Both graduated Lowell High School, right on 96, outside Grand Rapids, up in Michigan. Both went to Harvard, where we wrestled. That's a few years younger than me. We founded this company 5 months ago, and we both code, but we do different things. So I do the back end, Seth does the sexy stuff, makes it look nice. So that's short little tidbits on us. More importantly, let's jump to what in the world do we actually do? And I am having some issues with the slideshow, so I'm just going to bounce out like this. What do we do? Why are we even here on this Zoom tonight? Well, we want to tell you about something, a company we just started. That's Team Fi. We are sick of watching coaches get ripped off. I'm just going to be frank. You're getting ripped off. You're paying 20%, paying SnapRaise to come in there, run your fundraiser, and they're walking away with 20 cents on the dollar of everything you raised. I don't think that's necessary. In fact, we know it's not necessary. So we founded a company to change all that. Team Fi is free to use. We only make money on the tips. You'll keep 100% of the donations you raise, less any applicable payment processing fees. So, founded this company 5 months ago. Like we said, we've already helped 30 plus coaches around the state raise like $300,000. So those are important metrics. Even more importantly, though, we've helped them save probably $30,000 to $60,000 in fundraising fees. Isn't that crazy? So that's a little bit about us. That's why we got into this business. We think we could save you some money. We don't believe in charging high fees. Is that anything you want to add to that?
The only thing I'll add is you said 30 coaches around the state, but we actually are outside of Michigan too. So mostly so far of those 30 coaches, probably 25 of them or so are in Michigan, but we're slowly making our way outside of the state, which we're pretty proud of.
That's right. We're good presence down in Georgia, Tennessee, that sort of thing. So that's exactly right. All right, let's jump down here, guys. Let's jump down to our content today, because I think this is actually some pretty fun content. We're going to talk about how to guarantee, or almost guarantee, that your team fundraises $10,000. So this is some interesting math that I'm not sure a lot of people actually talk about, but I want to break it out into the open and just show you, hey, this is how Team Fi works. These are our competitors work. This is how everybody in the crowdfunding industry works. These are the stats you need to know. So let's jump into it. First off, before we jump into it, guys, reminder, this is on our website. We just finished surveying 100 coaches, a little more than 100, on how they fundraise. This goes beyond the scope of Team Fi. Do you guys run golf outings? Do you run discount cards? Do you run events? That sort of thing. It's all in this book. You're going to learn best practices, what coaches do, how many times a year they're fundraising, what works, what doesn't work. This is on our website. Go check it out. Newsletter.teamfi.works. You can see it, download it, that sort of thing. So that's real quick. All right. Sorry. That was a distraction. Let's jump back to the topic of our webinar today, which is how to guarantee your team fundraises $10,000. So how do you get to that magical $10,000 number? And to start with that, let's start with a question. What's the value of a phone number? No, I'm not talking about your Verizon bill, dummy. I'm talking about the value of a potential donor's contact information to your team. What's that worth? Simple answer, guys, 10 to 20 bucks. 10 to 20 bucks. It might be a little less than 10. It might be a little more than 20. but on the average, everyone in this room right now, you run one of these fundraisers with Team Fi, go to a golf outing, etc. You ask someone to donate to your team. That ask is worth $10 to $20. So what's that mean? You're trying to raise $10,000. What does that mean? Simple division tells you you need to reach out to 1,000 potential donors, right? We'll do the little math. $10,000 divided by $10 per contact equals 1,000 potential donors. That means you gotta, hey, if you come in at that low end of the range, $10 a contact, that's you. You want to raise $10,000, you got to reach out to 10,000. You got to reach out to 1,000 people. It's simple math. That's what you got to do. That's the work in front of you. Now, you just heard that. Oh, Canada, I got to reach out to 1,000 people. Don't mistake me. I'm not saying everybody's got to reach out to 1,000 people. There's that range, right? Go back to this slide. $10 to $20. It could be $20. It could be, hey, you're in a wealthier area. Hey, it could be you guys, your program has a little more support. Well, if that's the case, then maybe you only got to, maybe every potential donor is actually worth $20 to you. So if that's the case, you only got to reach out to 500 potential donors to hit that $10,000 mark. That's just kind of a repeat slide, right? What I was just saying. If you're a little wealthier, maybe your school has a little more support. Maybe every donor is actually worth 20 potential donors worth $20 to you. So we got that kind of simple relationship down. Hey, a potential donor's contact information is worth $10 to $20 to you. You want to raise 10,000, you got it. That means you're reaching out to 500 to 1,000 people. Okay. I think we got that down pat. I've been shouting here on the Zoom for quite a bit. I just want to throw one more caveat in there so we kind of understand the dynamics here. Just because I said a donor is worth $10 to $20, okay, that does not mean every donor is going to give you $10 to $20, right? Let me say that again. Just because a potential donor is worth $10 to $20 does not mean every donor is going to give you $10 to $20. What? What, Cannon? How does that make any sense? Your head's spinning. Look at that top slide there. Only 20 to 30% of potential donors actually donate. Oh, I get it. So you're saying for every 5 people I reach out to, 1 to 2 of them are actually going to donate. Yes. And because they donate on average $50 to $60, we do the math. Okay, I reach out to 10 people. I reach out to 5 people. 1 of them actually donates. They donate $50. So I reached out to 5 people to get $50. You see the simple math. What's 50 divided by 5? It's 10. Every person you reach out to is worth $10 to you. That's where the math comes from, guys. So I just kind of did a run through there. I have this slide. Let's just break it down one last time. You want to raise $10,000. You reach out to 1,000 potential donors. 20% of them will end up donating. Could be a little higher. Could be like 30%. We'll use 20% for this time. So you got 200 donors. One of those 200 donors is going to give you $50 each. It'll probably be a little higher. Probably closer to 60. But $50 each. 200 times 50. Boom. That's your 10,000. That's the simple math, guys. You want to get to $10,000? You want your team to raise 10,000? We're going to have to reach out to 1,000 people. Whoa, you're rattled. You're like, Cannon, what am I, how am I going to reach out to 1,000 people? I don't even know 1,000 people. I don't even know 1,000 people either. That's where Team Fi comes in, baby. Little winky face there. We got your back. We built you free software that lets you do this. Takes a load off you. Lets you do this very easily. Team Fi is going to come in. You're going to use Team Fi. You're going to drop a link in a group chat. Your players are all going to join. They're going to upload 20 contacts each. And hey, man, you got 50 players on your team. They all hit 20 contacts. There's your 1,000 potential donors right there. So bada bing, bada boom. You're going to hit go. You're going to raise $10,000. Simple as that. Z, anything you want to add to kind of my rant here that I've been on the last 10 minutes? Z, I think you're on mute. You might be on mute.
Yep, that's my bad. No, I muted myself because you were crushing it. So this is gonna let you handle it, and there's nothing I would add.
All right. Well, this is a good topic. I know we got a smaller crowd tonight, so we're definitely gonna be hitting this one up at other ones. So I love this topic. The math is so simple. It makes sense. It's just very straightforward. So we'll be crushing this some other times in front of another live audience. All right. Well, let's move into the last portion of our topic today, and that is going to be a product demo. So let's jump into it. Like always, we finish up with a product demo. Everybody see my screen here? Z, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So this is the coach's landing page. This is the first page you land on as a coach when you get invited to our platform. So you can see here, we try to make it super simple for you to run a fundraiser. We got your 5 steps across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We try to take you from no account, no fundraiser to live collecting money in 5 steps. If you get lost anywhere along the way, you can click these helpful help buttons. Zeth put these in there. Great feature. They say, hey, look, this is what you got to do next. So that's that. We're on step 2. I just clicked the help button. It said, hey, look, man, you got to create your fundraiser. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to come down here. We're going to click the big green glowing button. And we're going to answer 5 simple questions. So what's my team name? Missouri Outlaws. What's my fundraiser purpose? We're wrestlers here. We're raising money for new wrestling mats. How much? One of those runs about 10 grand. Might be a little more. And let's leave a nice note from coach. We'll just play make-believe here. And let's upload a logo. The Missouri Outlaws. I know I got a Missouri Outlaw logo here. We'll use this winky face. How about that instead? That's not that professional, but we'll all play along here. Missouri Outlaws, the Fighting Winky Faces. They've signed up, and boom, we've advanced past step 2 to step 3, inviting our players to join. Hey, if we think we screwed up on step 2, we can come back here and edit this at any time. Very simple. All right, so step 3, inviting our players to join. Let's little recurring theme here. Follow the glowing green road. Share the player sign up link down here. 2 options. This is actually a new feature as of last week. We can share a QR code. You can download this. Zeth did a great job with this. Or we can share a sign up link. Just drop that in our team's group chat, band app, Sports U page, wherever you're talking, Remind app. I know there's a lot of them. Wherever you're talking with your kids, you can just drop it in there. So let's do that. We're going to do that. So now we got to play a little make believe. I was just a coach. I was showing you the coach's dashboard. Now believe I'm a player. I just clicked the link. So I click the link. It's going to ask me for my email, my first and last name, and to set a password. And I'm going to do that. Boom. I now land on my coach's or my player's landing page. So very similar to the coaches, except this time it's 1 less step. So there's only 4 steps for them to complete. That's laid out across the top. Again, recurring theme, click the big green glowing button to advance. I can edit my first and last name. And what's my donation? I need to upload a nice photo here. So let's do this one of our younger brother joke. And boom, advance past step 2 to step 3. Let's add our first contact. So contacts are done in this window. Again, pretty easy. Follow the glowing green button, what to do next. What do I need to do next? I need to add a contact. Now, guys, this is a little different. This is where we're a little different than most, besides our free structure. Besides being completely free, what else do? We don't do emails here. We do not do emails. We do that very consciously for 2 reasons. 1, text messages get opened at a much higher rate than emails, like 90% versus 20%. You know what's going to your spam inbox on email. You get a text, though, you're probably going to open it. So that's 1. 2, and more importantly, kids have cell phone numbers. They don't have email addresses, right? I'm 28 years old, guys, and I'm going to let you in a little secret. I have neither of my grandmother's email addresses. Now, maybe I'm just a bad person. I don't think I am. I have both their cell phone numbers, right? And so if I'm little Kenny here, uh, I got to type in, coach is making me type in some numbers. I'm just going to pop in grandma's number, add her number, check that I know grandma, and boom, add her to the app. She's now been added. If I want to come down here and delete grandma, I can do that. It's really as simple as that. Anything you'd add, Z?
No, honestly, we're cruising right along. I mean, we've really designed this process to be as simple and as straightforward, really just reduce any hassle involved. So we'd like to think that we've made it a really linear, easy to follow process. So nothing to add. But if you do ever need help, Kanan and I are always there. We answer the phones. So if you need help, you got a direct line to one of the co-founders.
The people that built the app, baby. That's right. So we built it. We pick up the phone. There's bugs. We're here to help. There won't be bugs, by the way. So that's how you add a contact. That's all that's required of the player, right? We ask them to come in here, add 20 contacts. Simple. Let's bounce out for the last part of our demo here. Let's go back to the coach's dashboard. All right. Because you're not flying blind through this whole process. You just dropped it in the picture this. You dropped your sign up link in a player group chat. And you're like, what the hell's going on? Are people signing up? Well, we got the answers to you. This is your coach's dashboard. Look, it's now changed to this. You're now on step 5. Technically, you're ready to activate your fundraiser. Again, big green glowing button. But the question is, should you activate your fundraiser? And for that, we've got this screen here. Are you ready to activate? How ready are you? You've had one player join. They've added one contact. And if we started today, you can expect to raise at least $10 to $11. Now, I don't need to walk through that math for you. I just spent 40 minutes, not 40, 15 minutes going on a rant about how all these contacts are worth X number of dollars to you. But we provide this projection to give you a level of comfort in saying, hey, look, if I start today, I feel like I'm going to hit my goal, right? I'll probably exceed that because I know, hey, look, actually a contact's worth $10 to $20, not just $11. But if I start today, I feel comfortable, right? Now, I don't know too many coaches where $11 getting them out of bed, right? And so the next question, what's the next question? Well, who are my knuckleheads? Who hasn't uploaded any contacts? So I have this roster view. I can come down here. I can sort alphabetically, sort by number of contacts, sort by number of donations, and say, oh, look, Kanon Dean here, little Kenny. Let's jump in his profile. Oh, look, like he's only added grandma. I got to get on him, right? And so we give you that tool to kind of manage things. When you have managed it and you like where this projected raise is, say this says 10,000, you're like, all right, let's let it rip. Literally, the only thing left for you to do is click this big green button. You click it, you're going to get a little warning message. It's going to say, hey, man, you sure you want to do this? It's kind of weird here because we just uploaded the Winky Face logo. But, hey, you sure you want to do this? Yeah, I do. And boom, you're now live. You can see you get the notification fundraisers activated. And what that has done is that started our texting automation flow. So we're going to take care of all donor outreach for you. We're going to reach out to everybody within the hour after you activate. We're going to reach out to everybody 4 days later, 4 days after that, so day 8, and a final time on day 12. So 2 days before your fundraiser ends. That's a lot to keep track of. So Zeth has actually built a very nice tab here on the fundraiser duration tab. You can go in here, check how many days you've been live, how many text rounds have been sent, when's the next one going out, that sort of thing. Like I said, day 14, you're getting that check. You're getting that check for 100% of what you raised, less any applicable payment processing fees. So it's really that simple. Z, anything you'd add what I just put out?
Yeah. One of our key goals is just to be as transparent as possible, both about your fundraiser, the pricing, how your fundraiser is doing relative to what we projected. So those tabs at the top there, fundraiser progress, fundraiser duration, and projection metrics. We hope that those 3 tabs of metrics will help you do that. So progress will give you everything you need related to, hey, how is your fundraiser performing? Really, this is probably the most straightforward, how effective is your fundraiser? Duration is, again, what Kanon just said. Basically, how is the longevity of your fundraiser going about? So how many text rounds have been sent, etc. And some of these things may be not as clear. So for fundraiser duration, Kanon, if you click that, so you might ask yourself, what's a text round, right? What's a text round sent? For each of these, we've actually provided a little tooltip there on the info icon. So if you're curious and you don't fully understand what one of these is, that's there too. So, and then as always, we keep your projection metrics for you so that you can compare how we did projecting your fundraiser versus what you raise. Our bet is that you will do better. We kind of provide a low bar estimate just so you can have a ballpark while you're onboarding. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly go over those because it's one of our key goals is to keep you in the driver's seat, make sure you're aware of how your fundraiser is going and be able to control it. So I wanted to cover those.
That's great points to add. We've taken a lot of care, and when I say we, I mean Zeth. Zeth's taken a lot of care to design this dashboard so it's so transparent. You know where you're at in the process. Of course, you can always email us with questions that you have, but I think the dashboard will take care of 95% of them. So, guys, that is literally it for the demo. It is that TeamFi is that easy to use. It is that straightforward. Yes, it only takes 10 minutes to go through using the product. Like always, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to either of us. You have our demo, and yeah. So, Z, anything you'd add? I gotta stop my share.
Before we jump, just because we don't have any questions that have been submitted, I'm just going to go through a couple of our FAQs. So a couple of our frequently asked questions. These are real. Our frequently asked questions page that you can find on our website. We don't add unless they are asked to us by a coach. So we're not populating our frequently asked questions. It's coaches who do. So one that I wanted to talk about, and I'm just kind of going at random here if you want to see them all again on the website. A coach asked us, do the players create a message or is it an automatically generated message? So to answer this, we have taken a lot of time and care to automatically generate each text that goes out based on what you're filling out about your fundraiser. So we'll pull bits from the form you fill out when you create your fundraiser saying, hey, my name's Zeth Dean. I'm reaching out to you via my team's fundraising app. We're fundraising for X, Y, and Z, whatever you as a coach put in. And so we've done that. We've kind of iterated on that message over time to basically get to the best result for both the people receiving the texts, so it's clear to them, and the team who's sending the texts. So that's the answer there. Kanon, anything you'd add to that FAQ?
No, so a lot of coaches want control over the messages they send. I'm happy to customize them for them. But before I do, I make sure to always caution them and say, guys, respectfully, you don't know what's going to hit best to the 1,000+ contacts you've got in there. We've seen enough of these run to where we know what copy is going to work the best. So let us stand back and just watch us. All right, just watch us. And if you want to send an additional text message out, we're happy to do that. But just on that first round, just let us send the texts. So that's what I always say.
Yeah, that's spot on. And so, and one thing I'll add too is on the messages that we send, we're providing a very clear opt out to all of the donators. So they just respond stop. They won't get any of the messages beyond that first one. So just so you're aware, we automatically add that in. That has nothing to do with the coach. It's just out of respect for all the donators. Next question: how do I get my fundraisers payout? So we, upon your fundraiser closing, approximately 12 days, we will mail a check to you. We have also thought about setting up direct deposit. So that's something we've considered. But as of right now, we'll mail a check. We'll mail it priority mail. And so you should have your check for your fundraiser conservatively within 20 days of you pressing go. So within 20 days of you pressing that green button, you're going to have your check in hand. And it'll probably be sooner than that. I just say 20, just in case something happens in the mail. And that check will be, we're 100% free to use. So that will be your entire fundraiser minus our payment processing fees. So we are not taking anything from your fundraiser. We're completely transparent about where that money goes, and it is 2.9% is what it costs to process any payment, plus 30% per donation. We're not taking any of that money. That is being, we're not even seeing that money. It's being passed directly to the payment process. So your check will be 100% minus those fees. Kanon, anything you'd add there?
No, I think you just nailed it, man. So, like I said, we'll work with you if you want direct deposit. We just haven't run into anyone who actually wants that. So,
yeah.
check it is.
Yeah, overwhelmingly coaches have preferred checks, and that's how we operate right now. Last question that I'll cover today. If someone donates to my fundraiser from the first round of text messages, will they continue to get a message during round 2 and round 3? This is a great question, and the answer is no. So we take a lot of pride in not bothering your fundraisers contacts. We respect their privacy, and we want to make sure that we're not berating them with texts. So as soon as someone donates, basically you can think of it like the communication between your fundraiser and that person is shut off. So if that's on round 1 and they donate, they won't receive rounds 2 and round 3. If they donate on round 2, they won't receive the third round, and so on. So the only people who are going to continue to receive text messages are individuals who have not donated and have not responded stop receiving the messages. So Kanon, anything you'd add there?
No. Besides the general theme, guys, we take a lot of pride in being a spam-free platform. After you use a Team 5 fundraiser, I never want you walking away with your parents saying, man, those emails just came. They just never stop coming, right? We don't do that. The goals don't move arbitrarily, right? Hey, every kid's got a $500 goal. You donate, the goal jumps up to 600. No, we don't do those kind of spammy things. We send a text, someone donates, we kindly stop texting them. And that's a big part of the platform. So that's just a piggyback on what Zeth said.
Awesome. Well, that is it. We really appreciate all of your time. This 30-40 minutes on Wednesdays is not always easy, but because there's no NFL football games on Wednesdays, we figured it might be the easiest of the days. Next week, if you can't make it, but have a question you want to ask, feel free to tweet us, and we'll cover that question here at the end of the call next week. Whatever questions you have, anything's fair game. We're happy to take that. And if you do want to join the call, we'll have a link for next week's webinar, and you can obviously ask any questions you want in person as well.
That's right, Z. So thanks everyone who signed up. You're going to get the recording right now. And see you next week.